Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be making a chicken quesadilla. As you can see here, we have tortillas, butter, some taco sauce, as well as shredded cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, and finally some chicken that's already been cooked, cut up, cooked, ready to go. Makes things a lot easier for today. On the left-hand side, we also have a pan. In this case, I'm using a green pan. One thing about this specific pan and what you may have at home is this does have a non-stick application, which means that I can only cook at medium heat at the highest. Otherwise, it can damage the pan. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and start buttering up this specific pan. I like to do butter on both sides of the tortillas, which is why I have the parchment paper out. I'm just going to go ahead and butter it up, slap it in. Going to get some of that butter going. And again, I do like to butter up both sides. So it's just a rinse and repeat. I have one side buttered, jump it back in, gonna pop that butter in, and then, we're going to go ahead and butter up that second half. So at this point in time, we have one of the tortillas done. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out. Again, just getting very generous with the butter. In this case, we have tortilla number 2 that we're gonna go ahead and add in. So I got one side buttered, gonna slap that in, and then finally get that last slab of butter going. And just get both sides nice and buttered. All right, so I got my base. At this point in time, I can grab this butter and I'm done with it, so you can get rid of it if you want to. But I do like to start off with a taco sauce base. So in this case, I'm using, in my example, pico pica. Just taco sauce, whatever you want to use. But I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit to the middle of the quesadilla. I got a little spoon here, and that's just going to allow me to spread out my sauce as, again, a nice base for my chicken quesadilla. And, this looks good. I'm not too worried about it. It's going to spread out a little bit more when I get to the cheese section. But in this case, I am happy with that application. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into one of our cheeses. So in this case, I have the cheddar cheese. Give me 1 second. So in this case, I have the cheddar cheese. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. Whatever type of serving you want to use, I'm just going to go ahead and get a nice little base of cheddar cheese in this case. And now that I have my cheddar cheese base, I'm going to go ahead and grab some chicken and apply that. And just spread it out however you want. Again, you're just making your quesadilla in layers. In this case, I'm doing cheddar cheese, chicken, and then finally I'm going to do mozzarella cheese on top. And my pan's not that hot yet, which is fine. Gives me plenty of time to prep my quesadilla. It's not burning the bottom while I get this going. And I'm just going to rinse off my hands real quick, since I'm going to be digging into that cheese in just a second. All right, so jumping into the mozzarella cheese, we want to go ahead and apply that. I'm just drying off my hands. We're going to jump into that mozzarella bag and grab what we want, which is a nice generous amount of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to slap that on top. In this case, we got a nice quesadilla. Make sure it's all good to go. And I'm pretty happy with it. We got a nice spread of cheese. We're going to go ahead and grab that quesadilla. And by quesadilla, I mean tortilla. And we're going to go ahead and cover it. The cover is just going to help with the cheese melting. And one reason why that's important is as we get cooking, it's going to make the cheese melt faster. And then when we go to flip, it's just going to be a lot easier for us to actually get that pan, get that tortilla flipped nice and good. All right, so moving on. At this point in time, this is a nice stop point to start cleaning up. So I could go ahead and just get rid of all my ingredients here on the counter. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, I did some cleanup. All I got left is my spatulas. I'm going to be putting this one underneath. And then I'm going to be holding the top of the spatula, the top of the tortilla with this little spatula, which I'm probably going to do off camera since I don't have a third arm. But what you can see here is that we got a nice cheese melt on the outer edge. We can see it's starting to fall out a little bit. But what I want to do right now is I just want to check the bottom of the quesadilla. We are not browning yet, which is fine. We don't need to brown if we didn't want to. If you like a soft tortilla shell, there's no harm done. I mean, the chicken's already cooked. The cheese is already melted. You could stop right here and do a little slice and dice. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and wait for the tortilla to brown on the bottom before we proceed with the flip. So I got a little bit of time left. But, like I said before, we already did the cleanup on the counter, so looking good. Okay, so what we got right now is we have the tortilla that is still cooking in the pan at medium heat. Again, not going any higher because I don't want to damage the pan. On the left-hand side, I got two spatulas, one that I'm going to be going underneath the tortilla with, and then I'm just going to be using this with my left hand to hold down the tortilla while I do the flip. The all-important flip, make sure it's a nice clean flip. If we take a look at the tortilla though, just taking a quick peek, we want to see if it's a browning bottom to it, and it looks like we're getting pretty close. It's a light brown, but I want it a little bit darker before I do that flip. All the cheese has been melted at this point in time, so if you like a non-crispy tortilla, this could be a good stopping point to just chow down, or just get a good flip in since we have light browning on the one side. I'm probably gonna have to do the flip off camera. I know you guys probably want to see that, but I don't have a third arm, so gonna do what I can. Okay, so just did the most amazing off-camera flip of the tortilla. We can see that it's still light brown on this side. I don't need any more brown than this. Obviously, everybody has their own preferences, but this is plenty for me. I'm not sad about it. As far as we look inside the tortilla, it's probably all melted cheese at this point, so not too worried about getting any cook time. I could always put the lid back on, but just waiting for that bottom to brown a little bit before we pull it out of the pan. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up though, and we're probably going to wait, I'd say maybe another minute or so. I just flipped it. The second half goes a lot faster since, the pan's been heating up. I kind of just turned on medium heat just before I slapped everything down. And that gives you time to, do the butter, do the layers without your pan being super hot. So I'm going to give a little bit of time. Really all I need is a brown tortilla bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and chow down. All right, there you have it. I just finished browning the other side of the quesadilla. And, I just popped it on a plate, did a little pizza cutting, and, added a side. This is where you can slap on your guacamole, any type of sour cream. I actually just ran out of sour cream, so I'm actually using Greek yogurt, whole milk, just plain, so it's not super sweet. It actually works pretty good in a pinch. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoy your quesadilla as well. See ya!